Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Twizmuggo and today we're going to be talking about the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Alpha. Now the alpha came out last weekend from Friday to Sunday and I didn't get a chance to play it the first 2 days, but I did stream it a bit on Sunday and I did continue to play it to try and get some clips or some gameplays that I could show you. I had about 4.5 hours on the game, so I think I've got enough time to talk about some things that I like and that I don't like, and that is exactly what we're going to do in today's video. If you're excited for today's video, please drop a like, and if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel. Now guys, two things before we start. First of all, I'm not going to have the face cam on because I'm looking at a list of like bullet points that I've got that I want to talk through, and I might stutter a little bit, and I'm going to be looking at this list, so I don't want to be, you know, ignoring the face cam. And secondly, I didn't get any insane gameplays. I got some good gameplays, don't get me wrong. I got some good KDs and some good EKIAs, but for the sake of this video, I've gone for clips that show a variety of guns, all the maps that are on the alpha, kind of show you the movement, show you how quick the guns are. And I just thought it'd give a better representation of what I played on the alpha and sort of the points that I'm going to discuss. So firstly, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, the one that everyone's going crazy about, and that is SBMM, which is also known as skill-based matchmaking. So what this essentially does is your first few games of the alpha were probably pretty good. You probably did pretty well. I know I did a lot better at the start than I was doing towards the end. But then once Call of Duty sort of gets to know what kind of person you are, they throw you into games of people of similar level, and it kind of makes the game a bit more of a challenge. Now don't get me wrong, I don't mind skill-based matchmaking if it's in obviously like a ranked playlist, but if you're jumping on with mates, you're just trying to have a casual game, it does get in the way and it is a little bit annoying. I found myself for like the last 45 minutes of the beta playing pretty bad because everyone was absolutely stomping me. I mean, you go into games with people of similar level, but that similar level could be a bit better than you, it could be a bit below you, and it's kind of like you can't just jump on to have a casual game. You have to properly try to win, and there is like a 50-50 possibility you're gonna get stomped by the other team, which is very annoying, as you can imagine. Now again, I think there needs to be some sort of skill-based matchmaking in the game, just so you don't jump on and get on. Say I was like max rank and I was fairly decent at the game, right? And I jump on and I get put in lobbies with people that have just got the game. Firstly, it's not very fair on them. Obviously, they probably got the damage increase and they might have a few things going their way. And don't get me wrong, I'd have a lot of fun absolutely annihilating people, but it's got to be there's got to be some form of matchmaking just so that people aren't jumping on and getting constantly annihilated, because people will just stop playing the game. So I think skill-based matchmaking does need to be there in essence, but it definitely needs to be dulled down a hell of a lot. And I feel like that Call of Duty should add in some sort of ranked play or some sort of league play, which they still might do. Obviously, this was only the alpha, only some of the features were there, but I think that'd be a lot better. So if you did want to challenge yourself, you did want to get into some like game battles or tournaments or league play, you could do that and you have the option. So the next thing I want to discuss is the movement. Firstly, the movement, I'm going to compare everything to Modern Warfare because that's sort of the current COD. For me, it felt a little bit heavier. Sensitivities were a bit crazy. Like so I play on 5.4, and at 5.4 it felt slightly too low. So I bumped it up to 6.5, and it was slightly too fast. I don't really know what it was. And then like 8.8 was kind of perfect for sniping. If you go on 10.10, it's like you're doing 7.24, 40, 80s trick shots and all that. But yeah, the game felt a little bit clunky, kind of like the FPS sort of wasn't keeping up, but it was at the same time. It was kind of weird. Like the sliding, I really like the sliding. You do go quite far and you do it pretty fast, but it seems like quite a smooth movement, and I did enjoy that. Obviously, I don't know if this counts as movement, but mounting isn't in the game, and I really like that feature because I feel like mounting really benefited campers, and now you can sit in windows still, but you can't sit in windows and get less recoil. Sprinting was good. You can sprint for quite a while in this game, and you do slowly lose pace. You get like a burst at the start, but you can constantly sprint. Jump shotting is obviously in the game. I don't think I displayed it at all. Oh, I did in a few of the clips, but I don't have a scuff controller. I don't play keyboard or mouse. I just play normally, and if I can fit a jump shot in, I do. But it all seemed pretty smooth. But obviously, again, this is the alpha. Things are going to get a bit more defined, and I feel like this does have potential. I feel like if the Call of Duty community or the Call of Duty developers listen to the community after the alpha and they change things that people don't like skill-based matchmaking, and make slight tweaks to the movement or whatever, then this Call of Duty could have potential to be one of the best they've ever released. So next thing we're going to talk about is the guns. Now, I used 2 of the assault rifles. I think I used all of the SMGs. I used both of the snipers, one of the LMGs, sorry, both of the tactical rifles. Firstly, I think the guns are pretty good. Everyone was saying that the AK-74U was stupidly OP. Now, personally, I didn't feel that in the game. I felt like sometimes it hit like a napkin, sometimes it hit really hard, and I don't know if that's anything to do with the like headshot multiplier. Maybe I was just missing my headshots, but for me, the XM4, or what is the M4A1 in Modern Warfare, felt really good. The recoil was really good. It was pretty powerful. Obviously, the time to kill at the moment is nearly, for some of the guns, it's nearly doubled than what it is in Modern Warfare, which is good and bad. I kind of feel like sometimes I was shooting, and then the person was getting to really low health, and then the sort of like damage would fall off. I don't really know how it works. So maybe bring the time to kill down slightly, but obviously keep it a bit bigger. I think it needs to be faster than Modern Warfare, so people that are getting shot actually have a chance to turn around. But yeah, sorry, going back to the guns. The guns were pretty good. I had a good time using all of them. I definitely used the XM4 and the AK-74U the most. The Uzi was really powerful, or I think it's called the Type 623, I think it is. I can't really remember. I only used it for a couple of games, but that felt really powerful. I'm definitely going to use that a bit more in the beta. And yeah, I think they've got a good variety of guns this year, and like going on to the Gunsmith, there's a lot of creativity in there. You can make guns that aren't in the game just from like adding different attachments, but again, that's something that's just going to have to be explored by the community in the Gunsmith. But talking about the Gunsmith on its own, it's pretty good. You got the same 8 categories as you do in Modern Warfare, so there is a lot of customizability. There's a lot of sort of personalization. You can really change classes to how you want them, and I like that they've kind of added a percentage. It tells you sort of if it's like 10% plus like horizontal or vertical recoil control, or if it's like minus 5% sprint outspeed, which I think is a pretty good feature. Like if you wanted to, you could whip out a notepad and write what each of your attachments do, and then you could sort of work out what the bonuses and what the negatives are, which I think is a really good feature. They've done really well to add that in. And obviously you want to make your perfect guns when you're going to streaks. Which leads me on to my next point, which is streaks / the streaking system. So obviously there was a couple of streaks in the game. I think there was 8 in total. There might be more when the full game comes out. I think in Modern Warfare there's about 12. So there'll probably be some streaks that we didn't see. But yeah, the whole streaking system, I'm not sure if I vibe with it. So how it works is if you go on a streak, each kill sort of gives you a little bit of a bonus score towards your streaks. So if you go on like a 10 kill streak, you get a bigger bonus, which is fair enough for like score. But when it's like the score streaks were really big, so like the first one that I was running was Napalm Strike, which might be my bad. I probably should have ran like Spy Plane or something, but the first one was Napalm Strike, and I think that was at 2,700 score. Now in a slow game or a game where you're getting stomped, you might not even get streaks. Like I had a couple games where I only got the Napalm Strike, or I didn't get streaks at all. I did have other games where I got all my streaks twice, but personally I feel like the streaking system needs to be changed a little bit, because you get the multiplier, it kind of encourages camping, which I personally don't like. I feel like Call of Duty should be a game where you run around. Obviously you can sit in a window if you've got sniper. You can like hold down a building, but blatantly sitting in corners waiting for a multiplier, I don't see how that's fun. Yeah, obviously the higher you get with your kills, the quicker you're gonna get streaks, and there is a cooldown on streaks so they can't get spammed, which personally I think it's kind of stupid with skill-based matchmaking in, because they introduced this whole cooldown system, so what like worse players or players not as good as you weren't getting annihilated all the time, but then they've shoved in skill-based matchmaking, so why should that matter? Because you should be on the same level. It just confuses me a little bit, and I think the streaking system needs to be changed. Either the streaks need to have a lower score, or they need to get rid of the whole reset thing so people can get streaks more easily, because I'm not gonna lie, having a whole game and getting like 1 or 2 streaks, it doesn't really feel like Call of Duty, to me anyway. The next thing I want to talk about is the maps. Now we had 3 maps on this alpha. We had Moscow, Satellite, and Miami. Now I'll put them in order best to worst. It was easily Satellite, Moscow, and then Miami. So Satellite was quite an open map, and there was a lot of open like big open spaces for snipers or long range weapon. There is a few corners, and like the main B flag hardpoint was very good. I liked Satellite. It was enjoyable to play. I think once you sort of learn the map a little bit more, and sort of get used to what enemies look like, it could be one of the best maps in the game. But obviously we only had 3 out of, there's probably going to be like 20-25 maps in this game. But yeah, Satellite was good. Satellite was fun. I always voted for it on the map voting, which yes, there is map voting, I can confirm, which we love to see. And I feel like I got some of my best clips on Satellite, because I had a good mindset about it, and a good, like, I wanted to play it. Next up then we have Moscow, which is, as you can imagine, it's a map in Moscow and Russia. Pretty close quarters for the most part. There's a lot of like twists and turns. There are a few longer range battles, but for the most part it is pretty close range. I really like this map because it was very clear. There was sort of three lanes. There was 2 on each side, which are a little bit bendy with a little bit in the middle, and then there was sort of a bit more of an open space in the middle. I enjoyed Moscow. I just think I need to sort of I needed to get used to like where the hard points were and stuff like that. But obviously with it being an alpha, I just sort of played whatever map came out on the map voting. Obviously I voted for Moscow or Satellite most of the time, but if I got Miami, I wasn't gonna say no for the most part. Moscow was good. I didn't feel like the enemies blended into any parts of the map, so I thought it was pretty good, pretty easy to spot them. And overall, again, I kind of enjoyed my experience on Moscow. I would definitely vote for it in the map vote. And lastly, we have Miami. Now I really hated Miami. It's a very open map, it's a very big map. Gameplay was still fairly fast in my opinion, but with there being a lot of lights, it's kind of set in the district in Miami. I'm not sure what the road's called. I'm not very educated on Miami. But there was a lot of spots you could get kills from. There's a lot of places you could run around. But I feel like with there being a lot of lights in wherever this is set, some of the players or some of the operators that you'd come up against kind of blended in and you just wouldn't see them and suddenly you'd be dead. Which I know you'd think like, oh, that's pretty smart play on their part. Yeah, it is. And I get that. I get Call of Duty trying to go for more of a realistic approach. But I feel like some of the shadows were just a bit too much for what we're kind of looking for in a Call of Duty game, but that's my personal opinion. So yeah, overall the maps are pretty good. I didn't really play the 12v12 maps. I played Crossroads, which I believe is like a wintry map, but I didn't queue it into any of the other ones, and I didn't really want to sort of wait until I got into them because I just kept getting sniped into oblivion. And honestly, I'm alright with a sniper, but some of these people were absolutely on crack. Now guys, I just want to talk about a few things that I want to see in Call of Duty that weren't either mentioned or things that I haven't seen so far. So the first one, which I think the majority of the community want, is the prestige system. I've mentioned this in my what I want to see in the next Call of Duty video, but I want to see a prestige system. With the whole battle pass thing, I understand it, I understand why they've done it, and it's a good system, but they should have it alongside a prestige system. And the reason why I say that is, getting to like 115 on Modern Warfare takes like 2-3 days if you proper grind it, and then you've got 2 months until the next season. So it's not really a grind. I want a prestige system like Black Ops 3 where you've got 10 prestiges and then you can go up to level 1000. That is a grind, and if you get to 1000, that is a crazy sense of achievement. And I want a grind like that. I want a game that I can come on and I can constantly level for the most part of the year. Whereas like in Season 5 of Modern Warfare, I've slowly played it just so I feel like when I come on, I actually do something. Like I've only hit tier 100 in the last 4 or 5 days, and it's been out for nearly 2 months. Just because I kind of slowed down how I was playing it because I wanted to enjoy it a bit more. I wanted to get a sense of achievement. Next then, and I think this is kind of an obvious one, I want to see more perks, more lethals and more tacticals, but I'm going to blame it, or I'm going to blame the lack of choice on it being an alpha. There's probably going to be a few more in the beta, and then obviously there's going to be a few more in the game. I reckon there's going to be 6 perks in each slot, and then again with the lethals there'll probably be 6 to 8, and same with the tacticals. And I want to see a stim. There was so many times that I was playing and I got shot, and I would lay down to stim like I would in Modern Warfare and end up stunning myself. Kind of following on to the adding more to the game, I want to see more options in the settings for graphics, and again this is probably because it's an alpha, but I want to see some more things. So like there was motion blur, I think you could change the brightness, but I didn't spot anything to do with the colorblind. And I play on Modern Warfare, I play on different settings, and it makes the game a little bit more clearer, and I really like it. But I presume a full list will come out with the full game. And then finally, this list might not seem long. There's probably a few things that I haven't thought about, but I kind of gave it a few days just to see if anything popped into my head. But my last point, and I think I can speak for everyone in the community when I say good camos and good reticles that you can grind for. Now Damascus was good, but I feel like Call of Duty kind of peaked when it had like the weaponized 115 from Black Ops 2, or it had the dark matter. I nearly called it dank matter, the dark matter from Black Ops 3, and I think that is a proper completionist camo. The diamond from Black Ops 2 as well. Oh my gosh. I know weaponized 115 isn't like a completionist camo, but it did look beautiful. And then again, I kind of really enjoyed the blue dot grind. It was very stressful, but I did really enjoy it, and there was a really big sense of achievement when I got it. So I hope there's good reticles and good camos for me to grind for in the next Call of Duty, because I definitely want to be up there as one of the YouTube completionists. But yeah guys, that kind of wraps up my thoughts and my discussion points for the Call of Duty Alpha. Let me know down below what you thought of the Alpha, and let me know some points of things that you kind of want to add into the game, or things that you would change. I'm sure there's other things that I've missed on my list, but again, let me know yours. I did try and give myself a few days to sort of think about what I wanted to talk about, and I think I've covered it pretty well. But guys, if you did enjoy this video, you did enjoy the clips, please drop a like. Obviously subscribe to the channel down below if you are new. If you missed my first game of the Cold War Alpha, make sure you go onto my channel. It was Tuesday's upload. It was a pretty good video. It's a pretty good game, I've got to say myself. And yeah guys, obviously we look forward now to the beta on October 8th, which I will be streaming when it's out. I'll be streaming for the whole 4 days and then the weekend after. So make sure you're subscribed, make sure you follow my Twitter and Instagram so you know when I'm live. But yeah guys, that is going to end it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. My name's been Twizmago, you guys have been awesome, and I'm out. Peace.